So typically with a Matterport, you have to have a house, you have to go click through every room. With an iGuide, as you guys can see here, hopefully, if, let me know if you can't, you can see all the little spots on the floor plan to the left, and you can jump instantly to any of those spots.
Mm.
So instead of, that's what most people say is they don't like having to go through all these tiny things, and the iGuide's got a better sensor to it, so you can go straight to the kitchen.
So, but they can still click on the little circles that are already on the screen
Absolutely.
without having to go to the, okay.
Yeah, so if they want to walk right to, the master bedroom, they can do that as well. So this floor plan over here can also be minimized so they can see more of the screen. This is probably one of the biggest reasons why I went with the iGuide, because we know that so many of our buyers, they can get the floor plan through the photos and walking through, but a lot of people need that black and white floor plan in order to really visualize a house. I personally could never buy a home without seeing the floor plan. So that was one of the big things here. Now, this is also designed to be a single property website. So up here, when it first loads, this agent's name, phone number, logo, all shows up in real big print. Their Facebook is linked here, Twitter, email, so it's pretty easy to get a hold of this person, however the customer's comfortable. Now, up top in the upper right-hand corner, it says 3D tour. There's also the photos. So here are all the photos. The customer doesn't need to bounce back and forth between different pages. They can see everything shows up right there. We also like to include the floor plan in the photos sometimes. That helps. There's a details tab. This is where they can download the floor plan in either metric or imperial. And here's where all the bedrooms are at. One of the unique things that iGuide does that the new Matterport cameras can't do is it accurately measures each room down to a 99.6% accuracy or better. So these are square footage that are very accurate. Can also be taken to an appraiser who says your home is only 2,800 square feet, not 3,400. And we've seen these crazy numbers, and we can say, here's a way to really dispute it. They can also create a property description up here, and since I don't have it with this one, they can create a flyer for the customer to download from here. If there's a video, the video would show up here as another link for them to use. And then lastly, there's a map here where they can see where the property is at. It's Google Maps, so it takes them straight to tell us what your directions you'd like to street. They can see where it's at. I mean, there's about everything I could possibly think of for a consumer to want. And here's a blown up version of the floor plan. So you can see exact number of square footage for the laundry room, the office, and they can have versions with or without the measurements on that they like. Any questions about this? So one of the things we did
yeah, well, I know I've been getting a lot of the questions from agents, obviously, this week about trying to, social distancing and trying to, be quarantined but they're running into the issue where they have their sellers, they're not comfortable with people parading through the home, and so we're really trying to. A lot of agents are looking for alternative options to be able to show the home using this technology. What are some best practices that you could share? And number one, what are some best practices? Number two, how are you guys kind of helping with it, with kind of the new normal?
Yeah, so the best practices with this is you've got to overcome a lot of the objections that a home buyer is going to have with putting an offer on a home prior to seeing it. I think it's what we're going to see is it's going to be a lot of those things of look at the photos, get us an offer. If we can come to terms, then we'll let you through the house, because getting the person through the home with this day and age, it's going to be a lot of cleaning. There's going to be a Lysol galore through the house before and after, big sanitary things. So I see a lot of our negotiations going to being kind of like it was back in the REO days and short sale days of we need to come to terms before you can come in and see it in person. So that's where this comes into being such a big thing, is we can overcome a lot of questions that may happen. There's ways to measure on this floor plan how big the drapes are. They can walk through just about everything, and it should give both parties of this buying decision a lot of information to work with. So overcoming those objections is key. I think doing the Facebook Live event that we've been messing with this morning, that's also huge. It doesn't show the home quite as well, but it does have more of a live feel to it. That is kind of like walking through the home, and as long as that agent can be themselves and show off the home properly, I think that's probably the next best thing they can do to getting in there and actually seeing the property in person.
So are you actually going to be like, is this like a example of a property? Are you going through your own home and just showing them like tips and tricks type of thing? Or what are we doing for the Facebook?
So the one that I have up there, and it's already posted, guys, so I wanted to play with it a little bit. And there's two different versions. There's the very, very first version where landscapers showed up, and I did it on a weird format size. And then I did it again, and it got smoother. I want these agents to be able to see, look, this gets more natural, because I think a lot of the agents are going to have a problem with the camera in their face. A problem just by the look and whatnot. I think you get over that. I think you realize that this is about them showing the home. So what I've done it with my own property, and it's up there, and we can kind of walk through. We can do it with you guys here, but what I found is hard is with Facebook Live, if I don't have a way to invite all of you to it, it's kind of hard for you to know that it's there. And so one of the things I was reading on was the Facebook Live is as much about capturing it then and there, but being able to have it recorded so you can share it later on with other potential buyers. So it's kind of a one-time through, hopefully get some good engagement on there, get some friends and family to talk while you're going through it so they can ask some questions or tell you to slow down. But I think that's something that if I were an agent, I would do that walkthrough right before or right after the photos. Get that home clean, sanitized, the homeowner feels safe, get the photographer in there. They're not touching anything. They're not moving anything anymore. There's no small moves. We don't want their fingers on everything. So get the whole home photographed, get the agent in there, have them do a Facebook Live, and then have them use that moving forward. Make sense?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted.
So and then what are you guys doing, Marcus? I know we talked a little bit about it. You guys are still going out and you're still doing pictures and doing these virtual showing for, basically getting the setup for people so they're able to do this, right?
Yeah, we're still going out there. I mean, California's seen a total lockdown. So if we see that in Vegas, we may be cutting that back. But the way we see it right now is it's one-on-one. Our photographers, if they have any signs or symptoms, they're not allowed to go out. And we just basically, it's hands off.
So you're just asking the homeowners to step out for the certain amount of time that you guys take to go to the home, and you guys are wearing your guys' masks and everything going through the home, or what are your guys' precautions as far as that?
We haven't gone to the masks and gloves part because they haven't been in stock for us to get them.
Okay.
So it's more of a, we're almost expecting the homeowner to Lysol clean before and after, or at least after we're there.
Okay.
If somebody specifically asks for it, we're more than welcome to put them on, but we just, again, can't find Lysol.
Well, let me know where you guys are if you guys want to come by really quick. I mean, we have a few masks you guys can take if you guys would like. So we have a box.
No, that'd be good. I'd much rather have my guys masked and gloved up. It's a lot better way to do it.
So I've got masks, I don't have gloves, but I've got masks.
I got it's half the equation. I can find some of those gloves then. So it's just being careful and trying to be respectful. If somebody forgets, because I think this is going to it's going to wear on everybody after a while, and they're just going to want to kind of throw in a towel, and just making sure that, hey, just remind people politely that we still need to be safe, we still need to watch everything. This could go on for 3 weeks. This could go on for 8 months.
Yeah.
And that's what we have to really kind of keep in mind is the long haul picture of all this, and just making this more of a routine now.
Yeah, I think the need for what you guys are providing, I think there already was a big need, because we saw, especially with a lot of relocation, absentee owner type situation, buyers coming in, from out of state. But now we're going to start seeing this kind of stuff as more of a necessity. Obviously, it could be 3 weeks, 8 months. But if it was my listing, or all my listings, I would probably be giving you a call to start doing that before if we did potentially go on a lockdown. This may be the only way you could show a home.
Just doing the virtual thing is 100% just going to be the way to do this right now, especially with, homeowners not wanting to go out or even come into contact with people that are potentially buying the property. So I feel like in a way it's because, you can't necessarily it's going to be sight on scene. Kind of in a way, like that's the way that I've been looking at it. And it kind of sucks, but at the same time, it's like, look, safety's more important than going to actually see it and putting yourself in danger for it. But if you want the home, then yeah, go for it. So, yeah.
You guys feel the agents will be good to do their own Facebook Live walkthrough, or do you think that's something that we should offer as a service? Because I'm trying to think of it more as a marketing tool for the agent.
I would probably educate the agents on the process and how you guys do it. We do have we have a handful of agents on this call right now that are pretty savvy with doing Facebook Live. I see Johnny Richardson, he does some of that already as well. So I just think if you guys came out with a video, did like a recorded tutorial on how to do that, man, that would be a tremendous value add to the real estate community.
Perfect. All right, we got one, the basic one going, but we'll get more of a lot more step-by-step instructions. So you guys know, where to find this stuff, tips and pointers and how to go through it. I said the biggest thing I think is just being genuine, just showing your personality.
Yeah, if we can set up an actual, maybe do a little bit more of a planning type of thing, set up an actual Facebook Live or a Zoom to show them a step-by-step process on how to actually use this for Facebook Live and everything like that, and to actually push out the tool for the virtual tool. I think that'd be a little bit better because I was still under the impression that it was only going to be the sales reps with us. I didn't realize we were going to have an actual realtor on with us. And I'm really cool.
We have 6 attendees.
Yeah.
Few agents on.
So if we can do another one, because I have like a few out in Pahrump that really want to hop on and actually know how to use certain things. Because when I was explaining the floor plan for them, they were like, oh my gosh, like that would be super cool. Because like you said, agents are super tired of having to, or just buyers, they're tired of having to click step by step by step to get through the home instead of just going and looking at the floor plan and then clicking on the circle that they want for the room that they want. So.
Thank you. Yeah, that was one of the big things, like have to slowly go through it piece by piece.
Does anybody have any other questions for Marcus on virtual showings?
Not at the moment, no.
And we'll work on this, find a date and time so I can do a little more planning, prepping, and make sure we get as much of an audience as possible for
that'd be awesome.
More of a training type virtual class. But I like that.
Yeah, I will definitely push you guys out as far as getting it out and planning something.
And Marcus, what's the best? Can you throw in the chat there the best way to get a hold of you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Marcus, quick question for you.
Anything
As
is
far as
contacting
the
you, give me
process
the
with this,
list.
the contact, and then kind of setting up the process from there, and you guys kind of come in and do your things and make it live, or what's the story? What's the process look like?
To get us out there, we can do online ordering and scheduling. So all of our photographers have their schedules there. So as long as it's available, we'll get out there and do it. If you guys want some more one-on-one time, I'll put my direct email in this chat so you guys can reach out to me directly for anything that might be a little more complicated than that.
A little water.
What was that?
No, that wasn't me. Somebody else said something.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, yeah, no, I think trying to get used to the new normal and what all this looks like. I appreciate it. I think you guys have already had a very good product priced competitively. We do have Fidelity pricing with these guys as well. So that's awesome. Mark has been able to work something out with us. So you guys you're going to be busy, man. There's plenty of listings out there that need this kind of service right now.
I like it. I'm happy to help. And if there's anything you guys come up with or any crazy questions, we're learning as we're going. I've got no problems. Facebook Live for me was first. I've done some research on it, but I'm happy to pick it up and dig into it. So if there's something else, let's see if it's worth adding to our arsenal of ways that we can sell in this day and age. Otherwise, if what we got's good, we'll just keep rolling.
How do you charge for this service? Is it by square footage or how does it go?
We actually recently moved to just a straight flat fee, so we weren't doing the whole square footage up and down. So for the iGuide, it's $250. With the Fidelity discount, it's $200. That gets you the floor plan, the single property website, the 3D virtual tour, everything we kind of showed there with that one house. If you want photos, that's $125 separate, and it's unlimited photos. So small house, big house, somebody wants close-ups of medallions and floors. We have our standard photos we take, but we'll take whatever additional photos you guys want. We want to make sure we get you everything you need to market that home.
And we can this be uploaded right to the MLS, or is this something we have to just market ourselves?
This can actually be uploaded into the MLS as one of your virtual tours, because there's a branded version and an unbranded. And when it's complete, you get an email with a link to download all of this. So one of the things we can do is we can create different versions of it. So if you've got a team, or if you want to use one for marketing in a home or emailing out, we can take one of your past properties and put any one of your agents on there with any information, just so you can use it as a repeating tool to show clients, during listing consults, what you guys can do for them.
Okay.
Makes sense? Yeah, thanks. Any other questions, guys?
Marcus, are you available next week to do separate brokerage meeting or large team meetings? And would they be about 30 minutes each to really see everything that you do?
Yep, I can definitely do that. The clarification there is that I'm in Arizona, so I'm happy to drive. I got a great place I can stay, but if we get locked out.
Oh, I meant online. I'm sorry.
Online, okay,
oh no, nobody wants
better.
Yes, we like you. No, for our virtual world, and just kind of what your calendar's like. Heads up, and are these about typically 30 minutes to see everything, even getting into the virtual open houses, the live Facebook, just so that you can see everything that you offer.
I appreciate it. I think by about 30 minutes, if we have a lot of Q&A, could go over to 45.
Okay.
But 30 minutes would be about normal. And I'm pretty much wide open. I'm just sitting here playing with new toys. So let me know what works for you guys, and I'll be there.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, we would really like to. Yeah, I'll text you. I'll text you, Julie.
Awesome. Thanks, Russ. All right, guys. Anything else I can help out with?
Not at the moment. And then right now we're going to switch over to the Facebook Live and everything.
I guess we can turn around live. So what I've done is I've pre-recorded it because I didn't know how to get you guys all on there.
Okay.
Here I can just see if we can share this. So here's the video post we have here. And I'm trying to figure out how to tag you guys, by the way, Fidelity peeps. I'm getting the office, but let's take that offline. Here is what.
Hello, I'm Marcus with the Listing Bees. We're here today to give some pointers on how to do a.
You guys see that right?
For our agents out there looking to figure out how to do virtual showings without being face to face with large number of people or open houses. So we'll go through this as kind of some ideas, tips, and things to go through. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us later. First of all, I always been using some sort of selfie stick. If you don't have one, this is the first time I bought one, so my apologies, a little wobbly, but it definitely helps give you some perspective on the home. So this is a 3-car garage that we're going to show here today. You can see the desert landscaping. As we go through, you're going to, this first entrance, you're going to see that we have a next-gen suite. Those of you that don't know what a next-gen suite is, a next-gen suite is basically a mother-in-law or a casita in the home. So the bigger doors for the main entrance, we'll start here.
Do you guys want to see this whole thing go through, or?
So as you can see, we have
up to Julie.
I think we're good.
30 seconds or so, kind of give us an idea what you're doing, I guess.
Yeah.
family member who's moved back in for a long period of time, or one of those kids that doesn't want to move out of the house. So you can see here, this is the casita. We've got ample living space, currently being used as an office. That right there is the door to the main entrance. And you can see here, we have an entire kitchen. One of the nice parts about a next-gen suite is the kitchen setup. The one thing it doesn't have is a stove, but you've got an extra fridge, a microwave that often doubles as an oven. You throw a toaster oven on top of there, you're good to go. You also have an extra setup for complete stackable washer and dryer. Really nice to have a second set of laundry in the house. Here we'll find this secondary bathroom. So walk-in shower, pretty straightforward. And here's the main living area. Currently being used as a gym. It's got bamboo floors with 2 separate closets. Now let's walk through the rest of the house. Let's look at the kitchen. As you're going through, you may find things that aren't ideal. Hi, Amanda. Thanks for reaching out. I appreciate it. We're doing our second test, see if we can get things a little better. So on this one, if you guys notice, I didn't mention the lovely blue tape around the door. When those things come up, just let it go. We know a lot of times the homes aren't perfect. After all, we're the photographers. We see homes that should be on our episodes of Hoarders. So we get it. Just don't make a big deal out of it and kind of move through. Here's the main kitchen area. As you can see, we've got lots of countertop space, called cabinets. Do your typical selling as a real estate agent. Not my job. It's not the strongest piece here, but just kind of make sure you're walking through, sometimes giving a second hand through. Again, we're not going to talk about cages. And really let them see everything this kitchen has to offer. There's a big old pantry in here. Walk-in pantry. Entrance to the garage. Now, let's go upstairs for a real quick tour of the bedrooms. Sometimes the bedrooms can be clean, sometimes they're dirty, but the bathrooms are always a good thing to highlight. When possible, get those mirrors nice and clean. Spots seem to always show the most in the videos. So here we can see the landing pad. This is one of my favorite parts about this Lennar house, this leather loft. It was supposed to be open to the bottom, but this side filled in. Nobody's been able to figure out what to do with that space since, but it's extra square footage. It's quite nice for the pricing later. Here's the master bedroom.
Proceed about 9/10 of a mile to US 95.
If you go the last minute to cleaning and you kind of need to hide something, hi Tabitha. See, you don't go too close to the back end. Sometimes you can hide some of those little things last minute behind the bed that nobody needs to see.
So you guys can see I was trying to, it's more of
Here's
a
your master bathroom.
helpful for the agent, it's not so much for how to do and sell in the house.
You got dual vanities and a garden tub. Now, for the most part,
Just like talking points and stuff to do with the agent and whatnot. Like,
Yeah.
talk about
and
stuff. Okay.
So you're providing, you're doing this, you know, where you're walking through the house as if somebody was walking behind you. Then you provide them the link to the iTour, and that pretty much kind of accomplishes, you know, basically being able to see the house as if you were almost there. Something else I would suggest is then just kind of like what we're doing is you can jump on a Zoom, you know, with the agent and the buyer, and being able to answer any questions as they're kind of, you know, watching the video as well. So kind of like what you're doing with us right now.
That's a great point. Absolutely. That's towards the end. There's more of that. Just really trying to get these agents something, you know, again, pointers, trying to overthink it. In that whole thing, it was really kind of hitting home, like, enjoy yourself, go through it. You know, I was surprised I had people chiming in out of nowhere on the second take. So apparently, I guess from what I'm reading on Facebook is that the first time you do the live video, that it takes a little while once you get going for Facebook to build your audience and who to tell that you're doing it to, or that you're working with. So the first one, nobody saw it, nobody chimed in. The second one, I had all sorts of friends reaching out to me. So I think I'm really seeing these as more of a tool to walk through, show that you're approachable, you're an agent that somebody can talk to and trust, and show off the home. And agents are a lot better than selling the home than I am. That wasn't really the goal. So I'm sure they'll do their song and dance about, you know, what's important in the value adds. So, but I'll continue to build more material, so we'll have a little bit of a handout as well, and yeah, we'll get those meetings set up and keep going from there.
Sounds good to me, honestly. I like it all.
Thank you. bad for throwing it together last minute.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Marcus.
Thanks, guys. Thanks everybody for jumped on board.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Thank you, Marcus. If I'll reach out to you, and Julie, I'll include you and Mike as well. I'll include all of you guys on a group thread.
Thank you.
Really quick, because there are a few offices that I'd like to see if we can set up a Zoom call with. So
Awesome. Thanks for all the real estate agents that joined us as well today. Hope you and your families are doing well and stay safe and healthy.
Thank you guys for all the great information. Appreciate it.
thank you.
Guys.
Thank you very much.
Stay healthy.
Stay healthy, guys.